Okay, so I guess there is something on the dark web where if you access it, right? Or if you access certain areas of the dark web, your device or your computer or something will take a photo of you and will probably post you somewhere in the dark web and list you as someone who's shopping in the dark web. Um, Listen, if you're funneling like atypical antipsychotics to where I don't feel the effects of weed, so you guys want me to go seeking harder drugs or something, I don't know how to use the dark web. I don't know how to access it. I don't know what you need to get there. Honestly, I've downloaded a Tor browser before and I didn't even know what to do with it. I don't even I like had a Tor browser. I didn't even know what it was. Honestly, um, even if I had a Tor browser, I wouldn't even know where to begin to look. I know very little to nothing about the dark web. So if you're trying to get me to shop there so that you can pin some sort of framing onto me, then I don't know. Like you're sort of you're sort of asking someone to do something that they don't know how to do. So yeah. Another thing too, I guess I didn't fucking know, right? The La Fontaine Hotel like opened what 2 years ago or three years ago, 2.5 years ago, and I guess Rick Owens has like a um like a store there. I guess it opened the around the time that hotel opened. Um, I'm guessing apparently that hotel has been apparently that hotel has been sort of stuck in limbo and being built since like the early 2000s and just recently got opened in 2023, and it was started in like construction in like 2008 or something, so like basically almost 20 years, like 15 or so years give or take, right? um I guess there's people like my fucked up neighbor who's probably fucking lived in there. um Apparently one of the reasons why this hotel took so long to get built, I guess one of the apparent reasons, who knows how true this is, but it's haunted blueprints, right? Haunted blueprints, and I don't know if you've guys been in Vegas recently, but if you take a look at the building, um, especially from far away, I've talked about this before. When you with like CAD programs or like like ArchiCAD or something like that, or like video game engines and stuff, when you render or when you 3D simulate a building, you sort of also want to simulate the environment that it's going to respectively live in. Um, Otherwise, you're sort of drawing a building from a dimensional plane, like the z plane in the xy Cartesian axis. You're sort of going into this z tangent with the design that sort of goes into infinity. And when you have a design that goes into infinity and there's no borderlines sort of creating relativity in an axis of infinity, I want to say you're kind of I don't know, designing wireframing that is, depending on where and how far away you are, could be very volatile in some way. Um, because you have no surrounding wireframing that's catalyzing this sort of volatility of a forever plane, which is like the z-axis, which is like four-dimensional. I want to say it's like a four-dimensional axis. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not like a physics major, and I don't know jack anything about physics, so don't hold me to any of this. But when you're rendering a building, you sort of want to render like the surrounding like environments of that building, and if you're around that building in person, you can definitely tell, just by looking at the outlines of that building in comparison to the rest of the buildings surrounding it and the complete environment. It looks sort of like it pops out, like it's very polarizing. It's sort of like it doesn't really, it doesn't mesh completely. um maybe someone maybe someone can, I don't know, chime in on that. But to further elaborate on that, and this is like very theoretical and very conspiratorial, but when people were investing into this hotel, my guesses are they weren't necessarily investing in just this hotel. They were more or less actually investing in the surrounding businesses in this network in this LLC that was part of the construction of this hotel, with basically construction companies that would supply products to construct this hotel, this building. And because these construction products, like the ore that is making up the building, or even the glass, or even the finish that is on the glass of that building, is composed and simulated in a dimension that I want to say is more or less four-dimensional, because it's sort of designed in a plane that goes on forever. So when they're composing the construction products of this building, those products are also irrespectively composed, so that building stands out in a very intrinsic way. Yeah, I used to walk by it quite a bit, and maybe I only see it when I'm stoned, but that building definitely stands out in a way that makes me feel like it was digitally rendered in a four-dimensional plane, like the Z Cartesian axis, that has no border in a dimension where numbers are infinite. And where numbers are infinite, the value of numbers are always changing. And if the value of numbers are always changing, then your wireframes must be super volatile, depending on where and how far you are. So yeah, um, something tells me that because it was designed that way, they call it haunted blueprints. And down even to the products that make up the construction at that building, I think it was even quote unquote haunted. And maybe when it came to areas of that hotel, they probably would have to go to the dark web and hire people to do it through the dark web. And those people probably lived in there for that 10 to 15 or X amount of whatever years that it took to build that hotel. My neighbor's probably one of them. I don't know. Are there people out there that just like have a career out there like doing that? They just like live in a construction, right? And they sort of do Mickey Mouse areas of construction that you sort of couldn't insure. I don't know. Doesn't seem like American construction to me, but at the same time, I mean, what? This is like BlackRock and stuff we're talking about, right?